Now going to be back in first. The man just went for a 1v4 clean, except got shot down by Rogue at the very end of it. And Donna's a little bit of rematch between the two. Mad damage onto the Paladin. Made in a bubble right now. Might be a lot of trouble. Doesn't even get a chance. Used the global on a wake of ashes. But that was definitely not the play. Hollow going to be up next. Oh my god. Now just went for almost a clean sweep over on his side of the team. And did such a good job last match. But man, the entire team too is gonna have to somehow collapse together. I think they're gonna need a Holy Saya with a full set of cooldowns to lock him down. Hollow trying to see if he can mount up. PI at the ready, got himself the full avenging evangelism, right? Dark, I don't even know. I don't ever see Priest ever played. Most of the times it's the Void form, Eruption build. But Hollow, try to see if he can get himself a go. Void Torrent does attach onto now. Does have himself a blur, I think, there for a second to dampen some of the damage. Big setup onto now. Actually, Hollow having to go for a fear. Mind games to follow. Got himself a full immunity. This is where now is going to take the time to back up out of there. This is where Hollow needs to get himself as much damage as possible. Needs to get himself Shadow Ward deaths as much as it can to play into the Seer set. Massive explosion onto Hollow. Trying to go for big insanity onto the Demon Hunter. Is cleaving him down. Maybe look at a Disperse right now. Does go for Disperse together with his Aegis proccing as well as Desperate Prayer, trying to give himself as much survivability as possible. Stun for a second, but if he was back up for Priest very soon, big cleave. Hollow does end up surviving it. Yeah, does he have himself another Dark Ascension? Question is, does he have himself a big go with Dark Ascension? Got himself Shadow Ward Death. That's a lot of eruptions. Big Void Torrent getting interrupted on Shadow. Not that great of a feeling. Got himself Desperate Prayer back up again, I think. Unless it's just bugged? I think it is bugged. Otherwise, I think he would have used the dude who's going to be up next. I love your name, by the way. I love this man's name. Dude, I might call you dude here and there. You know what I mean? Big cleave onto the druid, taking a big hits. Got himself big blade dances flying in. Big cleaves on the druid so far. This man's not feeling that good. Having to go for a trinket out of the imprison. Got himself just around the pillar to catch a regrowth or two, but a stun slashes on him yet again. All that health he recovered with a single blade dance was able to take it out. Got himself the big soul eruption with the sigil, but doesn't get the souls he needs from the druid. I think he needs to make sure the druid is in the sigil to get the soul eruptions. Big bites, but that infernal, that immolation aura, as well as the bleed from, Glaythrome, is enough to take a druid out. Nekmar is going to be up next. Got himself full death marker to Demon Hunter, and as long as the Demon Hunter gets low enough in health, as long as he gets below 10% health, as long as the bleeds will do, the duration of the bleeds would do more damage than the health of the, Demon Hunter, there's nothing you can do. Stabby is gonna be up next though versus Neck. Got a full evasion for the guy, but he got a sepsis already rolling on him. That sepsis for a subtlety rogue hurts a lot. Those sepsises don't feel good whatsoever. Wait, did Stabby switch over? I think he did. Who was Stabby just the last match? I'm not even sure. And Neck does get himself a full reset. Stabby trying to randomly Phantom Knives. He's actually walking right next to Neck. Does hit him with a stab. Will not have a sepsis go this time around, but he might still have himself a decent setup. Shadow Blades is at the ready. That's quite a bit of damage going versus Neck. She has secret technique. Big eviscerates unless she does save him. No, she dead doesn't even save him there. I guess it just didn't proc. That or it procced and instantly the man died right after. Saya, literally last one left over for the team too. He's still got a road to go through. Smog, guild class as well as Anto. So this man needs to find a way to bring back this Paladin back to the former glory where they were. That's just gonna be a random throws by Stab. Trying to use a line of sight over this pillar. What, are you just trying to see if you can bait him over? Holy knows he wants to pick up the eye after he presses an immunity. Stabby, does it go in for any more damage? Sepsis? Holy Saya could bubble it. I don't think he wants to. Big damage on the Saya. Wall keeping him alive. Shield advantage should keep him okay too. Stabby with the clock shot is really early on. Holy Saya picking up eye in case Stabby wants to break himself out of there. Trinket is available. Could use the trinket. It's going to go for a trinket. Trinket out of a Holy Saya as well. Trying to use mobility as well as while he has eye to catch up to Stabby. Will not be able to get himself a reset easily. When they go for Shadow Mold advantage, there goes the gouge. Might give him enough time to break away for just a second. Looking to get himself a reset behind the pillar if possible. Holy Saya got himself full wings of the radio. Not playing the Crusade wings this time around though. He's playing the normal 1 minute wings, which does give him, I guess, a little bit extra punching power, I guess, to Rogue. Because every time, if you play Crusade, let's say Rogue sees wings, vanish out, bail out, all that big haymaker damage, gone. But with the normal wings, like, you can have them out more often, be effective more often, not as strong in overall value, but still pretty good. Big damage on the Saya though. Stun back into Stabby. There is an eye available next to him. Searing Glare to follow, so the rogue can't really go counter effective. Have him to go for an evasion. Hand of Freedom up for Saya. Wants to pick up the eye in order to be able to catch up to Stabby. But he'll have to figure out what to do. Vanish out where there for Stabby. The eye was not picked up by Saya, so he is going to try to see if he can maybe catch up. Does not see Stabby. He does see Stabby around the pillar. There goes the set of wings. Gouge as a Sanct was available for just a second. I don't know if he can really catch up to the rogue. He might need to pick up the eyes and then rush at him, but I don't think he's going to go for it. He wants to see if he can use that maybe together with the immunity. Almost got him with a final wreck, actually. I don't think he even realizes how close he was there with the final wreck. Because the rogue was going right out, just leaving right outside, going around the exit of the entrance of Team 1. And he was so close. Sepsis picks up Bubble, uses Bubble, picks up the eye. And Stabby tried to see if he can get out of here. Does not have advantage. That's not going to let him out whatsoever. Holy Saya, hit with a blind. Waited the bubble long enough. Or maybe could have a go? Potentially sapping him. That is a full set of wings, I think, that was used by Saya just now, so we'll not have it after. Walls available for the secret technique, able to dampen some of this damage. Might be enough in order to survive it long enough. Got himself at least a bleed onto Stabby, but he got himself a cloak, so I think should be able to remove those bleeds for just a little bit here. Gouge to follow, does himself a reset. Holy, needs the mobility to catch back up. There's going to be a step, does avoid, getting juked down, stun right after Stabby, trying to see if he can get away. No more vanishes available. Holy Saya got wings up and running with the Sanct as well, so you can't really go stunning the guy. Evasion for a second, stun, super short. Holy Saya, I don't know if he can maybe jump up and final wreck around the corner. Looks like Stabby might be able to escape unless there's a dot on him right now. Might have a dot. Question is, does Holy Saya have himself a Wake of Ashes? Because if he just presses himself up against the wall, Wake of Ashes, he'll cleave right through it. We get the rogue out in the open, cannot really catch up with him whatsoever. 7 minutes into the duel, 34% dampening. And so far, Holy Saya have not been able to topple this rogue at all. So the longer this game goes on, the harder it is going to be for Saya himself, the Paladin. The Paladin Saya, to bring it back and fight through the rest of Team 1, as there's going to be plenty of classes out there that could potentially counter him, and the rogue is holding his own against this Pally as well. Stun, full sepsis, trinket immediately. Saya knows there's going to be lots of damage. Could, I think, remove sepsis with a dispel, couldn't he? I don't know if he should. Stun, Stabby does pick up the eye, I think, and will not be able to escape out of this one. The Holy Saya does does carve him down with a stun. Good classes up next. Full UA build Warlock, trying to see if he can get himself a setup onto Holy Saya. Saya does have a Blessing of Protection backup. Might mean that a Spell Warden is in play. Mortal Coil sent in, Raptures right after, breaking through a shield. Got himself at least a little bit of healing. Fear to follow. Saya needs all he can to survive. I don't know if he's got himself. Lay on Hands doesn't look like he got himself the Spell Warden. I think he might be dead. Hold on a second. Try to Wake of Ashes the pet. Maybe get himself a bit of healing. Good class still has got dots rolling onto Saya. Drain, I think it's over. Does end up rotting him down. That is so unfortunate. I feel like if Saya would have somehow been able to, and now back up with 3 there again. If Saya would have somehow been able to overcome the rogue earlier, before the dampener really got super high, I think he might have been able to stand a bit of a chance there, but that's just a rough scenario to be in general.